Greetings, QCS Build fans, and welcome to the shop again. So, you can see we've got the old service car out here. So, a couple things have changed since the last time we did the headlights in this guy. I hired a tech, I fired a tech. Tech blew up the speakers in this car in the meantime. But I also have a new car for myself. So, but we're going to put two sets of the Sony XS-GS 1621 6.5 inch Co-axial speakers in this car and see if they sound any good. These are pretty much new. This is right below their new ES line of speakers. These ran me about 120 bucks retail. So yeah, pretty good deal. So, but we're going to put a set in the front doors, a set in the back doors, and then see how it sounds. I'm sure it's going to sound way better than the crackled out blown speaker that's in the one side on the passenger side front door that there is now. So yeah. Anyways, all right, let's get to it. All right, so you can see here's our passenger side door. This is the one with the blown speaker in it. It's a little dirty, but not too bad. And so, to take this off, we're going to take our little flapper out here. There's one number 2 Phillips screw there. And then, and then there's one right there. There we go. So, okay. So, that's basically it. All right, let's get this thing pulled off. Okay, so we can see you've got several pop clips on the outside across the top, which those all stayed in there. You can see there's an alignment pin, and of course those popped off. Okay, so, and then this guy actually hangs in here, and it kind of pops off the inner door right here. And you can see right here, it's got a little alignment guy right there to where this actually pops in there, right there, and then it's got a clip that actually holds it on there. So, all right. But realistically, for the controls, we've just got to disconnect it right there. But this is a very interesting speaker. Either A, that speaker is glued in, and this is going to take some modification to make this work, or B, it's reverse mounted. I guess we'll find out once we pull that pod off. So, be right back in a second. Okay, so I got this laying on the hood here. So, well, interesting. So this is the speaker because we flip this guy over here and you can see that is all one molded piece. Thank you, China. So surprisingly enough, these actually sounded really good for just flat dual cones. So, but we can already tell that somebody had aftermarket speakers in here at one point in time. So, of course, I did buy this car used. It had about 57,000 miles on it when I bought it. So, yeah. So anyways, but what we're going to do is, because this speaker is actually blown, we're actually going to, this is going to be a more complicated video than I thought it was going to be. So we're actually going to take and we're going to cut this basket out. We're going to trim this all up as much as we can, so that way we can reutilize this stock factory plug here. And then we are going to use this as our spacer baffle. And then, yeah, that'll work great. So, all right, moving along. Okay, so I got the window all the way down, and you can see where here, and here they had 3-holed something in once before. So this is our glass, and yeah, that might work if it was low profile, but that's a I mean, that's a big hole. That's like, yeah, it's like a 7-inch hole almost. Pretty close. I can take like a 6 3/4 inch speaker. So, all right, well, let's pull a pair of these out and see what we got. Okay, so we can see that is definitely not gonna fit. So yeah, we're gonna have to either A, we'd have to make a bracket and then make a spacer for it, or B, we're gonna cut up the original. I'm just gonna cut the original because it's blown. So the other thing I was noticing about these speakers is that these have a very serious cap and coil set on the back of the speaker for the tweeter crossover. That is super beefy compared to what you would normally see on a typical coax speaker. That is pretty gnarly, actually. So yeah, I'm impressed, Sony. You've come a long way since the last time I dealt with you. So all right, well, let's start hacking away at that other speaker. Okay, so we've gone through and we've cut out the speaker, and we cut the basket out back here, and I'll finish trimming this up a little bit because I don't want these extra little pieces flapping around inside here. But so we've done that, and we've notched around this upper support ring right here. So we've notched it there. So now our speaker just drops right in. We'll screw it down and we'll be golden. We'll do the same thing with the next one. All right, so you can see we've got our lead soldered on here. There and there. And we've got this guy nice and mounted in here with some screws I actually had. So, all right, let's plug it in, see if it works. All right, so we're moving on to the back door here. So you can see we still got our door panel on. Now it comes off almost nearly identical to the front door. So you're gonna have your one screw in the handle hold, and you're gonna have your one screw behind the door release. So, and then you can see we've got our speaker, and in this picture we've already gone and taken it out and made our mount for it. Now with this particular one, they have gone and they have cut the harness above the speaker plug. So you'll see later on we had to modify it so and do it a little bit differently. So we've still got our leads, our speaker wire soldered onto our connector on our speaker, and then this is the other one where we actually looped it over the back of this the speaker and then ran it out through the plug. And then that's the front, and you can see we've cut and trimmed the outer ring so we can get it to sit flush inside the old speaker frame. And there it is coming out the plug. Now the plug is actually removable. All you have to do is unsolder the speaker wire out of the plug, or unsolder the speaker leads from the inside of the plug, and then the plug itself actually just clips in there, so it actually just pops right out. And there it is installed. So you can see we've got a pair of butt connectors actually connecting our wire to our factory harness back together, and that's it. So it all sounds really good. I was actually quite pleased with the sound of these. Unfortunately, I can't play anything for you because, well, one, it wouldn't translate because with the mic setup that I have, which is off my phone, you would either hear nothing but high or nothing but low and nothing in between. So kind of pointless for me to actually demonstrate how it sounds, but it actually does sound quite a bit better. Okay, speaker is in, and yes, it sounds Excellent. So, kind of interesting. About the same lower end response as the dual cone, except of course with the dedicated, looks like a silk dome tweeter on this. It does have a much more detailed, higher end response. So yeah, it's a very smooth speaker overall. So yeah, and definitely way more power handling. I mean, I can turn the stock system up on this quite a bit more without it bottoming out or doing anything weird. So yeah, all right, we'll get the door panel back on and move to the next one.
All right, well that's it. So like, share, subscribe. Tell if you liked it. Tell us if you didn't like it. I don't do the car videos very often because I don't have a ton of car projects running around. It's mostly computers and servers and networks and all that kind of fun stuff. But these are kind of fun to do every once in a while, and I find that kind of breaks up the monotony, especially if I have like 4 server projects going right in a row. So I kind of threw this one in just for kind of fun. So again, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.